Hi, Star Fam. Welcome to another reading. I know it's been a while, but I had to prioritize my time. So, in the place where I live, it's growing season. It was spring and summer, and so I've been outside doing plant stuff, and I just really didn't have the energy to do both. So now that summer here is at its peak, I thought it would be a great time to get back into readings and get some messages out there for the collective. Um, I probably won't be able to do as many readings as I was doing before, but I'll try to get a couple out a month anyway until we get back into harvest season and then back into winter here in Canada where I live. Because in the winter, there's a lot of indoor time. We have pretty cold winters, so there's just more time to do these kinds of things and less time spent outside. So let's get a message card for the Star Fam Collective, and we will figure out what it is the Most High God wants us all to know. God, can I get a message card to get this reading started for the Star Fam Collective? Let's see what we have. I let my intimate relationships be my greatest learning devices for spiritual growth and healing. So you can learn a lot in relationships. I think that's what that message is. And this one is I pray before I pay. And I'm not sure. Let's look that one up. Miracles Now. Just give me a second to find it. Sorry, I'm pretty bad at... Oh, here we go. Number 23, pray before you pay, 52. I was going to say, I'm pretty bad at table of contents and indexes and things where it's just a swarm of words and messages. All right, pray before you pay. So this book it says Miracles Now, 108 life-changing tools for less stress, more flow, and finding your true purpose. But I think of it just as little messages to reevaluate your situation and choose from a different place. Okay, so this would be Gabrielle talking here. She says, I have to admit that I used to be one of those people who let the bills pile up. Yep, I was that girl. Every month the stack on my desk grew bigger and wobblier. Each time I looked at it, I felt pangs of frustration over having to pay them. Maybe it stemmed from an old fear of not having enough, or maybe I was just exercising my self-sabotage muscles. Whatever the issue, it was a pretty awful monthly ritual. Then it became clear to me that my bad habit was blocking me in many ways and creating unnecessary frustration and guilt. My bill pile was cluttering up my desk space, a real no-no. Then we'll skip ahead. So she goes on to say she got organized. Once I was organized, I committed to bringing my spiritual practice to my monthly bills. I sat with my beautiful green box and prayed over each bill before cutting a check. I said, thank you, universe, for providing me with the resources to pay these bills. I am grateful to contribute to the economy and support my growing business. Simply saying this prayer before paying each bill energized me. I was infused with an attitude of gratitude rather than an essence of anxiety and tension. So if you're someone who experiences a lot of anxiety around paying bills, use these tips to bust through the block, clear your desk, and pray before you pay. Okay, so I think what the message there is, can y'all see that? Okay. I think what the message there is to, and both of these actually, is if someone in the collective is going through problems in their relationship or in their economic financial area of life, these two messages are both asking for you to pause and come to a different perspective. So instead of, you know, thinking of it like, oh, why do I have all these difficulties in relationships? Or why am I going through all these problems with other people? Maybe you could think of it like, I let my intimate relationships be my greatest learning devices for spiritual growth and healing. So you are growing by going through these things. You are healing. I know it's not what we want to hear. We want to hear, I'm really sorry that I let the universe put you through this shit, but it'll never happen again. You're safe forever. Love you. But that's not always a message we get. A lot of times, the Most High God really wants our souls to learn specific lessons, and in order to do that, we're tested in the fire. So, although unpleasant and not what anybody wants to hear, it is a fact of human life. So, by focusing on the positive instead of the negative, which is, I think, what both these messages are about, and maybe taking a step back from looking at them really close up and try to have some emotional distance, and you can process them in a different way. So with the relationships, you can look at how the situations you've gone through and the struggles you've had dealing with other people have called on you to expand yourself, to reevaluate yourself, to heal yourself, and to grow as a person and a soul. And then I pray before I pay. Oh, this isn't the date. And I pray before I pay. I think that message, what we were getting from the book, was to, instead of focusing on how much everything costs, which is really hard not to do right now, but instead of mentally having that be your main focus, oh, this costs so much, or oh, I have to pay this, or this bill is so expensive and I'm going to have to give so much of my money to this bill, or whatever. Give what you can, obviously. You have to take care of yourself first, you know. But as you're paying bills and as you're deciding what to spend your money on, if you can shift your perspective to be one of gratitude for the ability to spend some of your money on those bills. I believe what she said was something like, thank you, God, for giving me the money to be able to pay this bill and grow my business, things like that. So, I'm going to call this one the third, I think. Because I think today is the second, and I'll probably post this tomorrow. So, August 3rd. There you go. Alright, let's get some more cards. Let's get a... Let's get a Keepers of the Light card. The thing is, like, you can't always immediately change your circumstances, but what you can immediately do is change your perspective on your circumstances. So I think that's what both of the message cards have been calling for someone in the collective, or the collective as a whole, to do, is just sort of look for the positive and express gratitude for what comes with the negative, right? Because usually there's some kind of positive situation that can come through or with a negative situation. Even if that positive is just, and now you know. Right. God, which ascended master or keeper of the light does the collective need to hear from today? Cernunnos. I call him the horned god. Life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Well, we are in Leo. I mean, Leo is the sign in the house of creativity and also sex and also children. So this might be a message for the Leos or just the rest of us going through Leo season. Personally, I find Leo season a challenge, but I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So it's a powerful energy just like Scorpio, but it's like where Scorpio is frozen and distant, Leo is the exact opposite. Leo is the bright sunshine right in your face. So let's look up Cernunnos and see what other messages he has. And again, I don't feel that we need to be of a particular religion or philosophical place to be able to benefit from the messages of the Ascended Masters and the Keepers of the Light. So I don't know too much about Cernunnos' background, but alright, so let's learn together. Cernunnos, pronounced Cernunnos, also known as Hern, is a Celtic stag god who represents connection to the earth. He is one of the oldest recognized Celtic gods and features on the Gundestrup cauldron, cool, a giant steel vessel from the Iron Age. He is the lover of the Great Mother and impregnates the land so that it will be filled with life. He can help us form a connection with the animal spirits and ancestors of our land. And the extended message is, there is a deep buildup of life force within you now and a need to channel it into action. That's perfect for Leo. You may have extra energy or be more alert than usual or be aware of a sense of increased sensual or sexual energy. If you have been unsure how this ties into your spiritual path, know that it can allow you to access the richness of your soul. When we are not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can become tamed or muted. So if you are denying yourself a desire, ask yourself how you can fulfill it. Ask Cernunnos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it with integrity and in a way that honors your soul. If you and your partner are trying for a child and this card appears, fertility is very possible, especially if Bridget, Cernunnos' twin flame, is present too. Oh, I love Bridget. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much what we thought, which is, you know, creativity, life force, sex, children. The other thing is, a lot of times when you get things like fertility and children and creativity or creation, if you yourself are not currently on a path where you're actively trying to have a child or children, or you're not having children, that same energy is still yours to access, but you can use it to create other things. So you can use it to create projects, art, music, you can write, you can dance, you can use it towards fashion, make some beautiful outfit choices. There's a million little ways, food for instance, there's a million little ways you can be creative or bring more creativity or into your life or allow yourself to flourish more creatively. So if you ever get a reading and it talks to you about creativity and, you know, getting pregnant and fertility and the Empress and all those types of things, and you yourself aren't on a path towards pregnancy and children, that same energy is still there for you. You still have it. It's still in the universe for you. And if you're not going to use it to make children, you can definitely use it to make all kinds of other wonderful things. You can create and give birth to all kinds of wonderful ideas and creations. So if you're not currently looking to get pregnant, the message can still be for you. Okay, let's get, why don't we get some message cards and just see. Maybe start with these ones. seasons. So if this is seasonal affective disorder, if you are in my part of the planet, I don't know if it's hemisphere or planet or what, and you're experiencing summer right now instead of winter, this message probably isn't for you. But if you are in the other half of the planet that is currently going through their winter with less sunlight, then this could definitely be a message for you. And we also have nightmares. So if you have or are experiencing seasonal affective disorder, there are a lot of things that you can do to help yourself through those months. I know a lot of people use light therapy now. I generally will use herbs if I feel the need to, adaptogens or whatever. Yeah, so you can help yourself make it, because that's the thing, right? Like the lack of sunlight and the just general gray and crappy weather overall can lead to, over a long period of time, like several weeks or months, it can lead to a type of depression that's basically just caused by that lack of sunlight and being out in the sun. So there are things you can do to sort of make it easier for yourself to get through that period of time. Temporary things you can do, because it will pass, right? The most important thing is that you are healthy and you feel well. And if you need to explore options to help you cope with that stuff, that's fine. And then after that we had nightmares. All right, let's see what else we have. Insight is reversed. Stuck together. Creation, reversed. Body dialogue. Savings. Remorse, reversed. Dreams. So maybe someone is struggling with their insight and their ability to create. And maybe that has something to do with, your struggle may have something to do with listening to your body. I know that the second chakra is very important for creativity, so that could be something that you might want to look into. And then over here we have savings, remorse, reversed, and dreams. So maybe someone is struggling with their savings with no remorse, and then dreams. It's giving me that maybe someone is spending towards their dreams, and because they're focused so much on getting that dream, they're not focusing enough on saving. So maybe there's a need to pace yourself economically as you go forward. And with I pray before I pay, maybe what would help with that would be a mindset shift. We have first impression, strategy, overwhelm, file, a romantic date in reverse, it's weird, and spirit. So, first impression, strategy, overwhelm, and file. Maybe someone is having trouble at work. Maybe they're struggling to strategize, or they're feeling overwhelmed. What I'm getting from that is that, like, you need a better system. You need to be able to take some of the, it's giving me 10 of Wands energy, like you're carrying too many sticks at once and you need to set some of them down and maybe make a couple different trips, or maybe go and find some of your friends who aren't doing anything except, maybe dancing around, hitting each other with sticks or something, and you can ask them to come and help you carry some of the sticks. So there might be a need to, what is that called? Delegate. There might be a need to delegate at work, or to go back to the drawing board and create a better strategy, a better system to deal with the overwhelm. I don't know what file means, but I'm guessing it's a work-related thing. And with first impression, I'm reading this as first impression strategy. So maybe in the beginning of your current project, or your time at work, or your job, or whatever it is that you're overwhelmed by, maybe your first impression was that you would be able to strategize and you wouldn't feel overwhelmed. But once you got into it, you realize that it was, what I'm getting is like the 10 of Wands, but also like a chaotic, like there's just too much going on, and from the point where you're looking at it, you are overwhelmed and you don't necessarily have a strategy, but you know that you need one. And I think the message in general is just to step back and figure out how to approach different areas of your life where you have been finding negatives, but with a different perspective, you could at least approach them looking for the positives, and that in itself will shift a lot of the energy. Yeah, so, and then romantic date reversed and spirit, perhaps it's not a great time to go on a romantic date. Or maybe you've been wanting to go on a romantic date, but you haven't been able to, and spirit is rooting for you, or working behind the scenes to try to assist you. Let's see, can we get a couple more cards for romantic date reverse and spirit? Let's take the top ones. Office space. Karmic soulmate, so maybe there's a karmic soulmate at your office. Memory repression, so maybe they're trying to gaslight you or mess with your memories. Pets reversed, it's not good. Separation reversed, and relative. So maybe someone is having problem being separated with their pet, or there's been some kind of separation involving pets, having to do with a relative. I don't know. Okay, let's get... Let's see. See if we can clarify these. God, can you please clarify seasonal affective disorder, nightmares, and insight reverse, creation reverse, and body dialogue? What do you mean by that? What does the collective need to know about that? Oops. Okay. So the card on the top is, let's turn it around. Feeling good will get me far more than whatever I thought I needed. So the focus is on you feeling good. So you might need to, and I'll put this right here between these two, you might need to step back from whatever is happening around you and figure out what you, just you, needs right now. So maybe you need to deal with your seasonal affective disorder and your nightmares. Maybe you need to have a body dialogue and understand what is standing in the way between your insight and your ability to create. Okay. God, can you clarify savings, remorse reversed, and dreams? What does the collective need to know about that? Says, I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. So maybe it's not so much that you're spending on your dreams is out of control, maybe again it's more of a mindset shift, right? So this card, I accept that good things come easily, I am a super attractor. That's telling you that you can attract whatever you need. Um, so maybe there is some kind of again mindset shift that needs to happen around saving towards your dreams, because this card is saying you can get it all. I accept that good things come easily, I am a super attractor. You can get it all, everything that you are dreaming of or trying to attract into your life, you can get. But you need to accept. See, that's the thing. I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. So if you're not able to accept certain aspects, like, ability to receive, right? Because sometimes we get so caught up in the matrix that we are about doing and getting it out and working and striving and conquering stuff and going forward and grabbing stuff up, and getting trying to get what we want. That, which is, that's all fine. That's very yang energy. That's very masculine energy. That's fine. But it also needs to have the balance of the feminine, which is able to receive, right? And I know women nowadays have not generally been raised in a culture that has let them be in their feminine and let them be the recipient of all that they want, that's be in that receptive energy where they can just rest and receive back what they've put out. I know that our culture hasn't exactly been about nurturing the feminine in women and our ability to receive. But that doesn't mean that every single person, masculine or feminine, doesn't have an inner divine feminine in them that needs to receive and that deserves to receive, and that it's healthy to have that balance. So yes, you want to go out there and you want to put out that masculine yang energy, and you want to look for stuff and hunt for things and chase it down or whatever. But that also needs to be balanced with the inner feminine energy, which rests and nurtures themselves and is open to having people help and is open to receiving from other people who also have something to give and something to share. So it seems pretty positive. All right, let's move on. God, what does the collective need to know about first impressions, strategy, overwhelm, and file? Okay, I'll take the top off here. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. So first impression, strategy, overwhelm, and file, where it was really giving me like you need to step back and re-strategize or come up with a strategy to eliminate a lot of the overwhelm that you're experiencing. The card to clarify that is true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. So in your strategizing, you may want to think about like, how do I get what I want, but other people also get what they want too? So like, how can I get what's in my highest good or create what's in my highest good while also considering what is of the highest good for all, meaning me plus everyone around me, everyone else, that kind of thing. All right, what about romantic date? I think I'll do these two separately. What about romantic date reversed and spirit? What can you tell the collective about that? What does the collective need to know about that? When I make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally, support will surround me, and movements will form. So maybe romantic date reverse and spirit in the upright, clarified by when I make joy a priority, Brilliant ideas will come naturally. Support will surround me. Movements will form. Maybe that's what that's saying is, if you don't have a romantic date right now, or you're not maybe doing a lot of dating, or you are dating but you haven't really found that romance that you're looking for, Spirit is advising you to focus on your own joy. Make your own joy a priority. So if you can, it sounds really weird, but like people will say, take yourself out for a day, you know, take yourself out to a meal. You don't need, you know, buy yourself flowers. You don't need to wait for someone to do it for you. And I understand that you might want or prefer someone else to do it for you, but I think what Spirit is saying is that if you buy your own flowers now so that you can experience the joy of having your own flowers, right? Because it's great to have flowers in your home or your work or whatever. That your joyful energy over giving to yourself and prioritizing your own joyfulness, that joyful energy that you'll be in will attract to you more things and people and ideas that will sort of get the ball rolling to have these new beautiful things come into your life. All right, God, what do we need to know about office space, karmic soulmate, and memory repression? What does the collective need to know about that? Oh, that one's pretty. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So they're talking about manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe. So in order to create, you need to get into alignment with the universe. And then you can co-create an experience that elevates your spirit and the spirit of the world. So if you're having problems at the office with a karmic soulmate, and maybe they're gaslighting you with this memory repression thing, I'm not really sure. The message, the message is, sorry, I felt like I was going to burp there. I'm not sure what's happening. The message is to get in alignment yourself. So when you get in alignment yourself, then it is easier for you to co-create. And it says elevates your spirit and the spirit of the world. So maybe what will happen is if you step back from this office space, karmic soulmate, memory repression, and you focus on getting into alignment with the universe for your own best power position, however you want to put it, from that place, it will be a lot easier for you to elevate yourself, and by doing that, you also will elevate the people around you or the space around you. I mean, I remember watching The Secret, the movie The Secret, and there was like a story about someone who they went to their office and they were bullied at their office, and then they decided to do that, like switch their mindset from focusing on the negative to focusing on the positive, and they were like really committed to doing that, and then over time, like the people at their office who were bullying them ended up transferring, and so even though they didn't leave their job, by changing their mindset, they changed their energy, and essentially that change in their own energy began to sort of realign their work environment, and the people that didn't really fit with that energy moved on to other things. Okay, and what do we need to know about pets reversed, separation reversed, and relative? What does the collective need to know about that? Can you clarify that message, please, for the collective? What do they need to know about that? There's shuffle. Sorry if it's a bit loud. I have a fan going. It's summer here. It's Leo, so it's like, it's the hot part of summer where I live. And I thought, well, I could have the fan make a little bit more noise, or I can have no fan and be a lot bit hotter. So I decided to go with the noise. All right, so we got, I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. So that's over pets reverse, separation reverse, and relative. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. I don't know. Should we get another one? Let's get another one just to clarify that. Can you please clarify that? My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Okay. So what I'm getting from that is that whatever's going on, if you're having issues with pets, separation, relatives, whatever's going on, the message from Spirit is to focus on yourself and your own good feelings, right? And then the second one that I got for clarity was, my true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. So even if you're going through something difficult, you're feeling stressed, maybe you're even feeling unsafe, the universe has your back. So you are being watched after, you are being checked on, you are being guided. And as long as you focus on your own well-being and your own mindset and get into a receptive energy, as well as, you know, that's the thing. You don't have to always be in receptive energy, and you don't have to always be in creative energy. But part of being human is that we can move in between different vibrational experiences, or people call them emotions, and we can choose where we want to spend the most time. So everybody, no matter how advanced they are, they're capable of going up in the spectrum of emotion and vibration, frequency, whatever, and they're capable of going down in it. You can feel really good, you can feel in the middle, you can feel really bad. We can all go up and down in between all these different vibrational experiences. But it's up to you as an individual with your free will to decide where you want to spend the most time. So that would be realignment, right? So keep trying to get into alignment. If you are knocked out of alignment, try to find the quickest way to get back into alignment. And from a place of alignment and from a positive mindset of focusing on the positive, what you're learning, how you're growing, how you are managing to find resources, how you are using resources wisely. Focus on these types of things, and your own joy, your own good feelings, your own health, and then you will be in alignment with the universe, and it will be a lot easier for the universe to help you receive those things, right? Okay, let's get our herbiary card. What herbiary card does the collective need today? Ooh. Got apple, forbidden fruit. And it is almost apple season where I live. The crab apples are getting bigger and bigger and looking more and more like adorable apples. The apple trees should have fruit on them. I haven't seen... Oh, no, that's not true. I did see an apple tree yesterday on a walk. I saw an apple tree. It was actually really cute. At first, I thought they were those Bosque pears because they had that same kind of like brown skin texture. But I think they're pretty round, so I think they're gonna be apples. But it was really cool. So, forbidden fruit, apple, same kind of thing as we got with Kernunos. The idea of what are you denying yourself? Is there something in your life that you're denying yourself? And maybe that sort of comes in with this when I make joy a priority. If there's something you're needing in your life, maybe you can try to find a way to give it to yourself or to experience it, even if you just experience it in a meditation or in a creative visualization, or if you just journal about it or something. I mean, they say that the brain doesn't know the difference between thinking you're doing something and actually physically doing it. So if you want to start rewiring your neural net with positive experiences, one way to get started and dip a toe in there is to imagine and visualize those positive experiences for yourself. And maybe part of it has to do with prioritizing you, right? Like maybe part of it has to do with that you need to be the priority, that you need to be the number one in your own life. And that's not an ego thing. It's not to step on anybody's feet or to be rude or to be demanding or anything like that. But it is about being able to say, if I'm not feeling good, if I don't feel healthy and well, if I don't feel creative, if I have blockages or trauma or anything like that in my body, it's okay for me to prioritize feeling better. It's okay for me to look into my health and investigate my options and try some and figure out what will make me feel better, what will help me get through this difficult time, what works for me. And then knowing that good things can come to you easily, but sometimes you need to, again, have a mindset shift where you are not just trying to get things with that masculine energy, but also receive things with your feminine energy. And we all have both. And then the idea of being aligned with the universe, in alignment with the universe, in your own joy, in your own receptivity, being able to create yourself from that place, and then how that interacts with the highest good of all, right? Because here's the thing, if you're healing and you're becoming your own most joyful self, that's one less miserable person on the planet, and that raises all of our vibrations, right? So I think I'm gonna put this one, I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. I think I'm gonna put that one here. I like that one for us. Okay, let me get what should I get? How about a gem card? Gem cards. Here we go. How are we doing for time? These always run so long. What's that? Okay. Golden calcite. Do you feel, I'm not sure if you can see that. Do you feel you are fulfilling your soul purpose? Do you know what your strengths are? It's time to become the person you are meant to be. Align yourself with a strong sense of self and actualize your full potential. Live up to your dreams, desires, and contracts and radiate your excellence. And I would add, right, because here's the thing. We are leaving a very strict system to go into a less defined system, right? So as we do that, our ideas about things like success, right, and prosperity, they will also be changing. I would say that in addition to getting into alignment, right, and it says actualize your full potential. What I would say about that is that is a journey over a lifetime. you're not ever going to reach a point before you die where you go, okay, I'm good, I can just plateau now. We're sort of sold that as a dream, but that's not the reality of human evolution. The reality is that up until the moment you die, you're going to be evolving. You're going to be learning things, you're going to be experiencing things, you're going to be growing, and you're going to be changing. Now, some people, they do that process a lot slower than other people, and what you might accomplish in 5 years, it might take that person 5 lifetimes to get there, right? So don't measure your success against society's idea of success or someone else's idea of success or excellence. Measure it against your own good feelings. Like, how does this make you feel? Do you feel abundant? Do you feel safe? Do you feel healthy? And if the answer is yes, then keep going, right? And if the answer is no, then pause and reevaluate and really look into the minutia of what's happening in your life, because maybe you are not prioritizing your health, and maybe that is leading to burnout or a lack of creativity or a block towards your own, soul's evolution or whatever. But only you will really be able to do that inner work and figure those things out, right? So you need to give yourself the time and the priority to be able to do it, even if it's just 10-15 minutes at the end of the day where you just kind of take a walk, or you just go have a sit somewhere and you just go, okay, well, I ended up really tired today. What contributed to that? What could I do tomorrow to end up less tired? Like, maybe you need a healthier snack, or maybe you need more water, or maybe you need to put breaks into your day, or maybe you need to actually ask someone else to come in and delegate some of your workload. Like, I can't say for you how to find the healthiest, happiest, most evolved version of yourself. You're going to have to figure that stuff out on a personal level. But I can say that this reading so far has really reiterated that your well-being is the priority right now, whether that's emotional, physical, both, financial, whatever. And then on the back we have Archangel Ariel. It is safe for me to shine my light brightly. I am self-confident. I recognize my self-worth. It is easy for me to set boundaries. My internal brilliance shines. I have the courage to be all that I can be. Wow. I think that really sums a lot of it up. What else can I get for you before you go? How would you like an angel number? Get you an angel number. Okay. 417. The angels say that your positive thoughts and optimism are well-founded. You're on the right path with your intentions and actions. Keep going. That's a great message. Okay, and I feel like I want to get you one more thing. Oh, I'll get you a couple of these chakra cards. So, God, what are the last messages for the Star Fam Collective? What do they need to know? What do they need to know right now? Okay, intuition. It's the third eye. Communication. It's the throat chakra. And then these stones came up for the throat chakra. So sodalite, aquamarine, turquoise, kyanite, and blue calcite. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye, Star Fam.